Hey, yo, say hello to the bad guy, Scott Hall, and I've got a scoop for you. And we all know there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I encourage you to check out this one. It's called Going In Raw. You heard it here first. Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw News Brief.
News Brief.
I'm going to keep this one brief, man. But before we start, if you're a fan of Going In Raw, hit that
Smash.
like button. Hit
600
that like button.
likes.
All the way to 600.
Hell
We're
yes.
skipping from 535 to 600.
It's 537, now 600.
All right, fair enough.
gonna
Let's try to get it to 600. Let's just
Tear
try.
right past all those numbers.
Let's just try. Oh, here you go, Patreon. All right, man. Let's get into the news. What's in the news?
First up, apparently we may have a Marty Scurll contract update. It's courtesy of Wrestling Observer newsletter. Dave Meltzer, the Wrestling Observer himself.
Yeah.
As we to say in the newsletter, quote, we had heard Scurll was being offered a better deal than one that Matt Taven signed for. I mean, that makes all the sense in the world. You got on one hand Marty Scurll.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
The other hand, you got Matt Taven.
Yeah.
He's Matt Taven. Meltzer continues, quote, we don't have it confirmed that he signed it. It's a great deal as basically WWE main roster money while only working maybe 40 dates per year for Ring of Honor and certain unique perks.
Man, if we did a list of the top 10 dudes who made out, isn't he number 40 dates?
40 dates for probably $500,000.
Yeah. Could you
Minimum.
imagine? That's you. Good for him.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
He's been, so this sort of comes from also, he's been advertised, and typically Ring of Honor doesn't advertise people for dates if they're not going to be under contract or they haven't re-signed a contract.
Well, I mean, I think they kind of, the understanding I have is they have an understanding that he'll work dates just, a day rate essentially.
So he's advertised for a Mania weekend date. So that's cool. So good for him. Hey, man, I got to give a shout out to Twitter user Rovert. That dude for months has been saying that he's going back to Ring of Honor. So there's some validation.
I guess so.
Right
I mean,
there.
Ring of Honor, it'd behoove them to back up the Brinks truck, or in this case, the Sinclair truck.
Yeah.
To keep that dude around because he's pretty much the only marketable star they have.
Oh, yes.
So.
Yeah. I think Pico just signed something new, too. Didn't he? Did you hear that, Pico?
No,
PCO?
but he's a champion, so.
He's a champion. You'd think they'd want to do that.
Yeah, exactly. We went on to more contract news. This is all contract news.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
This next one's great. Becky Lynch.
And then we'll get in some juicy, dirty gossip news at the end.
Yeah. So Becky Lynch, also from the newsletter, there's like this almost like a throwaway sentence here.
Yeah.
Quote, Lynch signed a $1 million per year new deal last year, and pretty much all new deals are 5 deals. But hold on.
Or 5-year deals. Yeah.
5-year deals. What did I say?
5 deals.
Oh, 5 deals. 5-year deals. But hold on there. Fightful had a report about that.
Yeah.
And then Becky, she must have been on her Twitter and saw that and read that and then commented on Fightful's thing, which is just reporting Dave's news. This isn't original Fightful news. That's wrong. This is Dave's news. That's wrong.
Yeah.
She tweeted, quote, report not true. Haven't signed anything new in years. Deal coming up soon.
Oh.
And when I saw $1 million per year, I was like, Becky's worth at least twice that.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think she would be like, yeah, $1 million's cool.
Yeah.
When she knows she's worth twice that.
Yeah, I know.
When I saw the $1 million, I was like, that can't be right.
That can't be right. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. She's the face of the company.
Yeah.
I mean, Roman's making what, like 4 or something like that?
Yeah, Becky's worth way more than 2.
Yeah.
But for like news to get out there that she signed for just $1 million a year, BS.
Yeah.
That's BS right away.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what she
She's definitely
signs
get paid the same amount as Roman.
We'll see. Next up, the Revival. Their contract update. They got this from Fightful Select. You should go subscribe.
Go subscribe to Fightful Select. Absolutely great.
It's terrific. Last year, WWE offered the Revival multi-year deals at around $550,000 each person. So it's $1,100,000 for the team, which were passed on. They said no. In the months that followed, though, WWE was able to re-sign Carl Anderson.
Yes, thank you.
Machine Gun Carl Anderson.
Thank you.
And Doc Gallows of Bullet Club of the OC to 5-year contracts at significantly higher amounts.
Man, did they get a million each?
Maybe. In that which case, Becky Lynch would be getting like 10.
5, 10, something like that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They continue. While Fightful were not told specific.
Hold on.
Okay.
How could Dave write that sentence in there thinking $1 million is legit?
Dude, come on, man. You know, we should have wisened up to that kind of stuff ages ago. But I think we're figuring out what everybody else has figured out, my friend, about the newsletter. Non-news,
man. Really, $1 million? Get out of here with that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it all came crumbling down for me when what was the big one? The Seth Rollins one. That was a public humiliation.
Oh yeah,
for Uncle Dave.
Yeah, it really was.
That was a public.
That was a public.
thrashing.
Yeah, he just got
whoever that was. That his source was.
Yep.
Cut him free, man.
Yep. And this one too about this because Becky's not just getting $1 million; she's getting way more.
Well, this is Fightful, and we can rely on that.
Trusted source, Fightful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, as it continues, while Fightful wasn't told specific numbers, we're told that the offers for Dawson and Dash, Scott Dawson's the bald one, approached and perhaps exceeded that level. They're like
$1 million each.
And those guys are
and
rooting.
Dave wants to believe Becky only got $1 million.
I know. And those guys are sitting there looking at those Showbuzz daily reports for AEW and the demographic like, oh, keep on going up and up and up and up. It's just driving their price up more. Fightful continues. Oh, sorry. It says there are also offers of reduced dates. They're because the Revival were complaining on Twitter. Not complaining, but just sort of putting things in perspective.
They were never home.
They're never home. They don't get to see their family. Fightful continues. One WWE source said that Dawson and Dash have not outright rejected the deals, but haven't been quick to accept them either. The Revival are still pushing for a well-booked tag team division, and a source within WWE mentioned that WWE is, quote, throwing everything at the Revival, except apparently a well-booked tag team division, and they're just saying, we'll let you know. I mean, everything that comes out with a Revival seems to be that they're pretty level-headed diplomatic guys backstage. Remember there was that one report that, they went up to Vince McMahon furiously and said, we're quitting. And really it was just like, hey, we need to have a discussion about how the tag team division is booked.
Yeah, because it's booked like a joke half the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so there's also something in Fightful. Sorry, there's also something in Fightful about how most of the front office, most of the higher ups, really, really want to keep the Revival. But apparently, one person has to be sort of convinced as Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
They're a comedy act. Why are we going to give them $1 million a year? Because you're going to give Tyson Fury like 15.
I know. Yeah, great investment there, Vince.
Right. Anyways, I'm sorry. I cut you off. You were going to say something.
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
All right, cool.
Let's move on to some news from Tom Calahoo. Calahoo. Sorry, my apologies. He's reporting there's a list.
Ooh.
A list in WWE. A short list, if you will. Short list.
All right.
Of main roster Raw and SmackDown talents who want to go back to NXT, who have expressed interest in at least just taking part, having some fun in NXT, if not going back there. 2 names he mentioned: Kevin Owens and Asuka.
Ooh. Yeah.
That'd be awesome if they go back there.
You know what'd be rad?
That'd be great.
That'd be cool. You want Seth Rollins to get some nuclear heat? Have him beat Kevin Owens in a match where he retires him, or gets him fired or something.
Yeah.
You'll need a new face at that point. There's all sorts of people there on Raw that could take that spot. But as Calahoo mentions, by the way, I didn't even see what his YouTube channel. He's got a YouTube channel now. That Calahoo. It's Tom Calahoo. I don't think he's got enough subs or whatever to get the custom URL.
He does really great work.
I'm gonna subscribe.
There
so
you
go to our channel and then look at. Do they get to see who we're subscribed to?
I don't know, but the link will be in the description for this particular video.
All right, cool.
So follow that link, subscribe to his channel.
Also, I'll make him a friend of the channel.
There you go.
I got to do that, man.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, oh wow, Lou Dobbs Tonight is on right now, live. 500 people.
Why is that worth mentioning?
Because it makes me laugh. Because why is it here? Why is it in my thing? Why isn't it our thing? Have you been watching Fox News? Dude?
I have
What's
not.
your
You know me.
problem?
I watch exclusively guitar pedal videos. That's you watching Fox News, apparently.
I did not. What did I watch to warrant that? That's weird. Anyway, sorry. Kevin Owens, I could see that would be huge. If Triple H and Vince McMahon look at their slate of programming and they see NXT and they're like, hey, we want to try to build this to the point where it can do the same kind of numbers that Raw does.
Yeah, you got to get some
They're
well-known
to do
stars.
like
Yes,
that. And Kevin Owens is like perfect for that.
Yeah,
Asuka, I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm not a big fan of Asuka going over there. The women's division of NXT is already super stacked. Mm-hmm. There's already too much talent. And that's a person like Kevin Owens was there not very long.
No.
And it would kind of play into Kevin Owens anyways, because he always carried that NXT. Whenever the crossover, when he would go from NXT, have the title, and go challenge John Cena, he'd put his foot on the U.S. title and say, "This is the title."
Yeah, it's best
so
title.
in his heart, in his head and heart, he'd always be like, "I'm coming back to the place where I know it's the best." and I'm going to try to put it on my back and take it to where it belongs in terms of viewership. Asuka's done everything.
Yeah, but Tom said that Asuka's just interested in like just going. He made it sound like it wasn't a situation where Asuka would go back there full time.
Yeah,
she just want to be involved, like show up from time to time.
Oh, okay.
Which her and Kyrie did when they were tag champs.
Yeah,
they showed up there.
Well, that's cool. Kevin Owens should be there full time though. He's great.
Well, he mentioned that as well. That maybe after the next shakeup that's possible. But he's in the midst of a massive push. Kevin Owens is, and he's spectacular.
Yes,
and the possibility is there for him to do huge things on Raw. So
yeah, but Raw is so stacked. Raw is so stacked right now that like, this isn't to downplay Kevin Owens, but like, there are several people who can step into those shoes. And
there are
to
his
that
top
degree.
face, but I mean, Kevin Owens is kind of one of those single. I don't know if there's anybody else on the Raw roster that could potentially get to Stone Cold levels of character development and maybe popularity. Kevin Owens is kind of that guy.
Not while he's on Raw, because the creative's not there. In NXT, the creative's there. They could do that.
Maybe he'll
could you
be
imagine
Stone Cold of NXT.
Yeah. I think that would pop ratings, man.
Maybe.
Oh, this is great.
Anyways, let's get to this.
Although, you can take this one of two ways, dude. You can take this one of two ways.
Definitely take it with a grain of salt.
Well, it's Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
Who is AEW propaganda guy.
Yeah.
Or New Japan propaganda guy, depending on what angle you want to take there. So, according to him, people within WWE has been spreading rumors about Tony Khan with AEW. As reported in the most recent Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave was asked by a director of a wrestling documentary.
That he said he appeared in, he was interviewed for, but then he subsequently blocked the director on Twitter, I guess.
Guy. Yeah. If it was true, this is a quote. If it was true that Tony Khan actually bought all the tickets for those first day sold out events to make it appear the product was hot, Dave explains anyway. The story came from people in WWE who explained to them that version, that the fast ticket sales and early sellouts were the company buying up all the tickets. So it's actually a story propagated from within WWE talent or told to WWE talent from within the organization. Number one, those are two completely different things.
Yes.
So you should probably lock that down. You'd think people who see through the obvious, but I guess not.
I mean, recently Dave has been locking a whole lot of stuff down, so.
So, yeah, man, I don't know. I thought this seems like more than silly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what that even like is. I don't know what that means, man.
I wonder if there's this thing where someone said like sarcastically, "Yeah, I bet they bought the house to get the sellout." Dave. Yeah, and so went from one person to another person in a jokey manner, and eventually got to Dave, and he's like, "Oh."
So many layers of telephone there, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you believe that story?
No.
Conspiracy theory
no.
story?
I've tried to get tickets.
We got on there.
I tried to get tickets for AEW events. It was a nightmare.
Dude, we were trying to get on there. Literally everybody on Twitter.
What was the waiting line that one time? 70-something thousand?
Yes.
That's not buying the house.
No.
That's legit demand. Get out of here with that nonsense.
So what would be the idea? That like he would buy all the tickets and then resell them? Because everybody that was there, like I didn't see, like they all had like, they were all very happy people to be there.
Well, then Dave keeps
everybody was happy to have gotten. Everybody's like, "Oh man, did you get your ticket?"
And then Dave keeps on going on and on about how there's not a whole lot of AEW tickets on the secondary market.
Yeah.
So this doesn't make a lick of sense.
No, it doesn't. I just wonder like where like that would have come from.
I tell you, probably someone just said it joking.
Yeah, I know, right?
Some backstage just probably made a joke.
I know.
And it got passed along, and somehow that joke so it wasn't a joke, and it came through one of Dave's sources, and Dave's like, "Oh."
Mm-hmm.
Or to this director guy who doesn't know it was a joke.
Yeah.
It's probably what it was.
Probably
just some trash talk backstage that gets funneled through the grapevine, and now suddenly it's news.
I'm going retro. All right. Anyways, that's it for the news brief. Are we putting this up now? Right now? Or are we going to wait? We got to talk about that. There's a new 10 for the win going up on Saturday. This is either airing after that or before that. I don't know.
There's a lot to wrap my head around right now, man.
Probably just do it right now, to be honest with you.
We got 15 minutes, or 14 till SmackDown, so what we can do in 14 minutes, we should do.
All right, cool. Anyways, thanks, everybody. We appreciate it.
Yes.
New 10 for the win's coming up on Saturday. It's a fun one. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.